My name is Gaius Julius Caesar, conqueror of Gaul, scourge of the Britons and Germans, and Rome's greatest commander. Once I was a consul of this proud republic and led the squabbling group who call themselves senators. But now, the wind has turned. Today, I cast the die as I cross these waters and march against my erstwhile ally, Pompey, and the scheming Optimus. The events that have forced my hand have been both tragic and glorious. And in their retelling, let future citizens understand why brother must fight brother and why Caesar must prevail. Alia Jacta Est.
Hello and welcome to another Let's Play from the Exiled Tyrant. I am, of course, the Exiled Tyrant, and today we're going to be playing Hegemony Rome, The Rise of Caesar. And this is coming from Longbow Studios. They came out with a game called, if I remember correctly, it was Hegemony Philip of Macedon, was the original version, but they ended up re-releasing it with an expansion, and they called it Hegemony Wars of Ancient Greece. And basically, in that game, it's kind of like Total War. You have your battles on a real-time map, and you do have a campaign map. It's not unlike Total War in that way. The major difference that I'd like to point out, though, is everything is real-time. There isn't a turn here. There are no turns, period. Nothing. There's no load screens, anything. You seamlessly zoom in from far out kind of map view where you get to get an overview of the world, and you can zoom right down into, as you can see right now on the main menu screen as it's rolling, that's basically the terrain. There's somewhere in this map, I'm assuming this is Britain based on the white cliffs of Dover right there, but basically I can zoom in somewhere and it will look like this. That's how it is. And the big thing that I like about this game is just that seamlessness, that just you can go in from any height and zoom right down in on your troops fighting. Now this is early access. It's not nearly complete, and they've been very open about that. This is really kind of to get what the community thinks of it, and just to be a little bit more open and transparent about their development. They'd like to involve the community, so if you do pick this up, like they say, just please go onto the community pages on Steam, and they also have their website, which I believe has forums, and I would honestly suggest leaving your commentary there. Say what you like about it, say what you don't like, and they've been very clear about that. Be very critical. If you don't like something, tell them that. It's part of this development process that they want to do. They wouldn't have released it early access if they didn't want some input. But anyway, I've played about 20 or 30 minutes of this game just to kind of get a feel for it. I had played the Ancient Greece one before, and I'm just going to get into the first campaign. For those of you who don't know, this is following the campaign of Gaius Julius Caesar when he was consul of Rome, but at the same time he was governor of northern Italy, so Cisalpine Gaul, and Provence, so the southern part of France, all along kind of the French Riviera, like Marseille and a couple other places like that. But basically what this is covering is it's actually practically word for word. Some of the things are taken right out of Caesar's commentary, because Caesar wrote a very well-written, very masterful commentary on his own war in Gaul. So it's of course his commentary was a little biased, and it is more of a propaganda piece than an actual bit of history, but it is, for lack of a better word, the only thing we've got to go on what the campaign in Gaul was like. And I think it's pretty safe to say that this is going to try and stay as close to, or at least in the spirit of, Caesar's writings. So without further ado, let's get into Chapter 1.
At the end of my consulate, my efforts on behalf of Rome were rewarded with the lucrative Roman provinces of Gaul and Illyricum. Cato and his Optimates had been intent on blocking my appointment, and I will not deny that my alliance with Pompey, solidified through marriage to my dear Julia, played a role in securing my new position. When word reached the city that the Germans had crossed the Rhine at the bequest of the Sequani, and that combat had pushed the Helvetii tribe into the province herself, it seemed the fates had aligned in my favour. Many could still recall the last time the Germans crossed our borders, and the chance to gain glory in the eyes of the populace was an opportunity not to be missed. I packed my belongings and left for Gaul at once. My new lieutenant should be waiting just past this valley. He'll apprise me of the situation.
Welcome to Hegemony, Rome. The right mouse button is used to issue orders.
Sir, thank you for arriving with such haste.
Right click, all that.
Labienus, you are endorsed by Pompey himself. I trust your judgment as I trust his.
Understood. It appears a tribe of Gauls, the Helvetii, have abandoned their homes to migrate westward. They intend to pass through the province. These Helvetii are known to make war and ravage any land through which they travel.
Oh, he's pointing.
So mad are these Gauls that they've even set their own cities ablaze, lest they be tempted to turn back.
Fantastic, because...
Take a look at these burning cities.
Like I said,
Start by put your cursor over the Helvetii city and zoom in.
Actually, here, I'll just use this as an example to show this.
If you have trouble zooming into the city, just zoom out.
Okay.
Put your cursor over the city and try
the tutorial's
again.
going to force me to do this. Anyway, as you can see, this is the map. It is fantastically huge. You can go all the way down into here, into northern Italy. You can go all the way to Britain. This is somewhere around 8 million square kilometers in the game. It is huge, so massive. You will almost never find the end of it, is what it'll feel like. I played the Hegemony in Greece, and even Greece felt huge. And Greece only fits into about a third of Gaul. So, just to give you a little bit of perspective, this is a bloody huge map. Anyway, let's do what the tutorial tells us
There's
to.
another burning city to the north.
So as you can see,
You can
the
plan
Helvetii
short distances by holding the middle mouse button.
I'm the one talking here. I don't have a middle mouse button. Well, I do.
Finally, rotate by holding the Alt key and moving your mouse left and right. Press Next when you're comfortable with the controls.
The amount of things that you can do with this. I absolutely love this kind of table design, and this is really cool. For those of you who didn't know, the Romans didn't really have books. They have scrolls, of course, like these, but sometimes for orders they would put them into wax. So you'd fill this little book with wax on either side, and then you'd write down your inscription into the wax and seal it. It's a great reusable letter if I all of a sudden have to give out orders and then I want to send them out. Just clasp it together, send it to the guy, he melts down the wax, reuses it. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, a little lamp. All this stuff. I'm sorry, as a guy who enjoys Roman history as much as I do, some of this stuff is just
The Helvetii will
awesome.
move south into our territory of Genava. We should push forward to meet their advance, sir.
Here, here.
You have a new objective. A reward is gained for every objective completed. Click the objective for more details.
Yes, yes. What's my reward? I get the 7th. And some gold, too. Fantastic. Anyway, so this is Geneva, modern-day Geneva, I believe. Yeah, and then there's Lake Geneva. But anyway, another neat thing about this is that there is a seasons feature, and also this. This is fantastic.
It looks like we've arrived just in time, sir.
God damn it.
The Helvetii are already
Tell you all about it in a
to
second.
prepare.
Before the Helvetii move too far, it would be a good idea to pause the game.
After them.
Press the space bar to pause.
I need to pause. What are you talking about? After them. My generals ride over just to watch. Charge in. Why not? Let's be a little reckless. If they get injured, they actually don't die. They just recoup. back at the nearest Roman outpost.
Oh, you've already dealt with Helvetii. This was an easy battle, but when things get tough, don't forget to pause with the spacebar.
So that's a neat thing, is that
Good.
you can pause.
Now we must destroy that bridge before more of them try to cross.
I agree.
Destruction orders are issued with a context menu. Begin by selecting the Legion.
So now I have enslaved those soldiers who were opposing me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them to this farm. Why is that important? Because food is the most necessary thing.
That will
in
hold them
this.
off,
You
but
need
only for the
food
time
to feed
being.
your army.
Labienus, does
And your
Genava have
army,
any
when it
cavalry
starts
to
to
speak
starve,
of?
will have lower morale. It'll
Yes,
just
sir.
in general
I've already
be
had one
awful.
recruited.
Good. I suspect the Helvetii will travel through the Jura Mountains. Take the cavalry and the Legion to Lugdunum and stage an army.
I'll put Labienus.
I will travel back to Cisalpine Gaul to fetch more legions.
Understood, sir. But be aware that the mountain tribes have been growing increasingly hostile. You may be able to make it through the pass safely on your own, but bringing legions back is sure.
I'm going to send Caesar on his own. It's kind of against my better judgment.
Completing that objective, you've been rewarded with a brigade of cavalry in the city of Genava.
Let's get going,
When
boys.
you complete an objective,
there.
your rewards will appear in the event
Out
block.
with Labienus's forces.
Generals are weak on their own, but they give special bonuses to the brigade they're attached to. And different generals have different bonuses. Now that you're ready to move out, notice that one of your objectives has an icon next to it. These are your hegemony objectives and
The
are
game is
required in order
definitely
to win
not
the campaign.
as... Can I break them up? Okay, that's okay. The game is not nearly as pretty, per se, as a game like Rome 2. That's what... A lot of this game's comparisons are going to be drawn between Rome, mostly because, well, Rome did Caesar in Gaul, and these guys had been planning this development for a while, but it feels almost not as if that was what they were planning. But with the with the way that Rome went, I'm not entirely surprised that they did this. Not really. Caesar moves pretty damn quick by himself, but I'm just hoping that he gets there safely. I'm kind of worried about these tribal chiefs in the mountains, but I think we'll be fine. There's a little bit of lag that I'm getting between loading, but, you know, it's honestly minuscule. So I don't really think that it's too big of an issue, and more of what I would chop that up to is that it's brand new. Travel to London. Okay, are we going to London? Oh. Interesting. Anyway, let's move our army out. Cross the river at a ford, which makes me kind of go, oh, no, there's no mountain. There's no land there. Okay, now I understand why. For a second I was like, why did I even bother breaking the bridge? Why? I don't see... Oh, there we go. There's some Helvetii raiders down here. We're going to come to save this city. Hopefully cut off these Helvetii. And the neat thing is we've got, like,
This is
right
an
here
old
is-
Roman fort. We should create a supply line to it.
But neat thing about this is that there's ox carts. This is carrying, I believe it's wheat. I think so. Nope, it doesn't have any food. So it's carrying actually timber, which is funny looking. But anyway, this timber is going to be used for buildings and siege equipment, all kinds of things like that. But, well, basically, what was I saying? What the thing about supply is that it's a necessary thing. Everything has to be linked up with supply. If it isn't, cities will start to starve, you'll have rebellions, you'll have people fighting each other. And if I remember correctly... There we go. Is this yes, they are at war with me. Alright. Now that we're back with Caesar in Italy, I'm going to bring out the legions and put Caesar in with... Where are they? Where are... There we are. Nope. Don't go to that. There we go. Go to the 10th. 10th was apparently Caesar's favorite legion. Most of them were necessarily hand-picked, but definitely people that he trusted and he liked. If I remember correctly, I think it's the 10th that famous legionary centurions Titus Pullo and Lucius Varenus are from. That's not from the HBO series. I'm talking about the ones that Caesar actually mentions in his commentaries, because in HBO they were changed to the 13th Legion so that they could be with Caesar when he went to cross the Rubicon, which only the 13th was with him at that time, if I remember correctly. Anyway, we have a little bit of an obstacle. I can't actually get Italian supply to Gaul because the Selasi have decided that they don't like me marching troops through their land, so they're going to put a stop to that, and we're going to have to fight in these very, very narrow passes, which are not fun. They're not fun to fight in. So we're capturing the farms along the way.
The Helvetii are crossing west of the Arar, but we need a stronger force before we can pursue.
Recruiting new unit. Now press the recruit. Finally, click one of the buttons. Units being recruited will appear in the Units tab. The green bar next to them shows the recruiting progress. If you remove them early from the city, they won't be at full power.
Part of this this
While
new
you're
thing
waiting
that
on that unit, you should set up your supply lines. Start by moving some workers into this farm. You should find 2 worker units in Lugdunum.
Part of the neat thing that they've added into Caesar and Gaul is hostages. I really like this new addition. It's basically in the Greek one, the only way to really be sure that a city wouldn't.
And the brigades will try.
Yes, food is necessary. Blah blah blah. But in the Greek hegemony, basically you could only be 100% certain of a city, not rebelling by capturing its people, or not by capturing its people, by taking down its walls and basically absolutely obliterating it. And even then, it wasn't a worthwhile thing to do. You would actually almost lose an investment, is what it felt like. But with this, I take hostages. Now these hostages, I probably should send them with an escort, but I'm going to say this Roman pass is enough of an escort, and I'm just going to send them down. And these hostages, I'm actually going to try and pull most of the hostages actually out of Gaul and into northern Italy, because I would much rather have that. I would rather have people that I can absolutely be sure won't be able to escape. I'm going to send some workers to that farm, and we're going to move on to the next city. Now you try and make this supply line. Now I'm going to connect all the cities because I just think that that's a little bit of a smarter idea than just to these forts. But they basically get supplied as long as your troops are on the supply line. So say I sent an army up here into these mountains. I would have no supply, nothing at all. We'd be cut off. I would have to forage from the local farms and other things like that. That's not a terrible idea, but it's definitely not a good idea to just depend on that. Because you will run out, or the area that you're in won't actually be able to harbor your troops. When I played this earlier, I actually had an army that was opposing me here, but I'm guessing that they just didn't build an army up, which is fine by me. So I'm going to connect these up. I don't like how difficult it is to see anything here, but anyway, we're going to move these hostages to Geneva. Now, this one you'd think, maybe I could bring it to Rome, but I actually think maybe it might be smarter to keep the troops, keep them close to the troops. This is the annoying bit. Some units are just way faster than others. I wish that I could give an order that would make them all move kind of at the same pace, but I just can't. That's fine. Anyway, let's charge in. Unfortunately, the charge gets blocked. That's a really cool thing that I like, which I haven't been in since one of the earlier versions of Hegemony before they actually did a lot of patching. You can see that they're locked in combat. I actually couldn't pull these troops out if I wanted to. Let's see if we can't get the 7th coming up. There we go. Charge might be blocked, but they still have a flanking penalty. I think that I can actually get around. And it'll give me an envelopment, which absolutely destroys armies' morales. Oh, just popped up there for about a second. Go back and pause it if you want. There you go. That's what that envelopment is. And that means that they're basically have no hope. The troops are giving up. They don't even want to fight anymore. Let's see how this works. Maybe slingers are as overpowered in this as they are in Rome. No? Not quite. They're doing their job now. I don't like how little fluidity there is in this game, but that's just, I think, part of the that's part of this series. It's just kind of one of those things that you get. So that's those hostages. Here's Caesar and his legions. I am gonna build a camp, I think, right here. No, we won't do that. Let's move on. Let's move on and go build those camps. Especially now
With
that
my
the
army
legions
bolstered by
across
these
the
legions,
Alps.
it's finally time to bridge the Arar and pursue the Helvetii.
Next, click the Construct Building button.
I've done this. No, I've already told them to. God damn it, woman. God damn it, woman. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to enslave all of these Helvetii because they're worth a lot more to me as slave workers than they are dead.
Oh, you've deselected your unit.
Okay.
Select a unit in the next, click the Construct Building button. You're almost ready to pursue the Helvetii.
There you go.
Make sure to bring a broad mix of units.
Remember,
Combined arms
feel
is
bad
key
not
to
knowing
doing
some
well
of
in
these
battles.
generals. Probably should know some of them. Picked cavalry in no, out of bounds. Ooh. Don't want to go out of bounds. Alright. Let's move this onward. I'm gonna put these slaves into working on this farm. Because I'd like to actually have... Yeah, that's what I like to see. Might actually send the skirmishers across the bridge first. Just to be a scouting party, because I need to kind of know what's over there. Because at this point, I have no clue. There we go. Just some town. Yeah, Dewey. Not too bad. Damn Dewey. Never trust the Dewey. Or the Arverni, for that matter. I will, though, build a camp here, because I need to get the food supplies up. I don't really see anything else I should be increasing this with. This is connected, right? Yes? Yes. Let's do that. Okay, it's between Geneva and Italy. Alright. Who's out of supply? Oops. Basically, the legions that Caesar came with. But that's fine. Because we're going to resupply. You're going to be linked to those. Why did this get cut off? There we go. It's a little bit better. Come on, Caesar. Get those men over there. What's this? More legions. Troops. Give me my general. There we go. Murrah. Put you in charge of some legion. Don't know which one. Let's put... Oops. The 10th. The 9th. Where's the 9th? 9th. Yes. Aha. Anyway, we're gonna let them refill their food stocks. Because it's actually really, really important. You'd be shocked just how much food affects you when you're on campaign, especially after playing a game. Not to keep bringing it up, but Total War is probably the only game that you can really compare this to. And I would say, honestly, the amount of things that you have to consider in this is so monumental compared to Total War. I have to consider their supply, their morale, whether they've been rested, what season is it, it affects their mood, if they want to fight. It's an absolutely fantastic game in that way. Alright, let's connect this up. So, let's start sending up. Let's send the auxiliaries. They're generally people that I'm not too worried about losing. It's a shame. I would have really liked, and I don't know if this is just because it's an early access thing or they haven't done it yet, but I'd love to see the troops march across the bridge. I just think that would look really cool. Alright, travel to Bibracte, which I'm assuming is in the far north. Right? Of course it is. Alright. Get them to spread out a little bit. No. Better than you used to be able to. Get at least in the Greek one, you could actually tell them all to kind of form up in a really big battle line, which was always interesting. Alright, boys, let's head out. I'm assuming that's where Bibracte is. Bibracte. Doesn't matter. Regions in this bridge. Oh, they're gonna go. Just takes a while to cross. Man, that looks excellent. Let's take a picture of that. There we go. You guys still heading up there? Everybody's gonna go up there. Let's go. Neat feature is that you can do things like forced march. I mean, it requires a general in it, but during forced march, view distance will diminish, morale will drop up to, holy crap, 60 points. All stats will return to normal when the unit finally comes to a stop. Good for moving quickly through safe territory when there's little chance for ambush. Not unlike what's in Rome 2, but I think that the biggest difference for me is that because it's real time, the threat of ambush is actually quite a terrifying prospect. You know, you don't want to get whoa, holy crap. Yeah, you don't want to get ambushed, but anyway, the idea you have quite a, oops, shit. Just minimize that for a second.
Sir, the Helvetii were waiting for us. They're attacking Bibracte from the east.
Bibracte, okay.
Prepare a battle line, and don't leave our flanks exposed.
Okay. I will do that. Battle line. You're not forming up into a special battle line. Okay, then. I'm gonna send those scouts up ahead. This is really cool. I like that feature a lot. So we'll send them up. Form up ourselves for battle. Oh, that's a nice feature. I don't have to hold down shift or anything silly like that. Doesn't give them benefit. Is that going to form them up behind? No! That's pretty cool. I like this. Huh. So if I do this, why do we battle? All of a sudden I decided, yeah, nah, screw that. Can I build a bigger battle line? No, I don't think so. I don't even remember how I was doing it. That's just so bad. Anyway, send this. Oh, they don't go as a group. That's fine. No, don't just. Some of this I'm feeling really reminiscent of Rome, with just kind of a bobbing effect, but. Alright, let's get in there. Let's go. Come on, boys. Come on, you know how to do this. So you know this one. Oh, this thing. Come on, Nomura. Prove yourself. Prove yourself. Charge them, I say. Please tell me they get a charge pass for this. Charge block for some reason. Well, that's fine. Most of the Helvetii are gonna get inserted.
More armies coming from the north and west.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Hold the line.
No.
There can't be many more left.
Beat them yet? Because it says complete, but we're not done yet. We're not done, Caesar. Only got one unit left though. Pretty well surrounded. Alright, let's leave those people. This is what I mean, like, zoom out and this is what it looks like, but when you zoom in, you've got actually a field of battle. Let's form up our lines again. I don't actually want to run those skirmishers or anything into the battle yet. Up. Put the slingers up. And if I know these guys, they'll probably try and flank me. Oh, not enough time to do that. Units move too slowly. Look at those guys. What a good bunch. They're just sitting there. What an honorable bunch. We're trying to cut down some of these guys. There we go. That's one of them. Come on, go get him. There you go. Ah, blocked. I don't really understand the blocking of a charge, but I'm sure that there's some sort of feature that I've overlooked. These guys even fighting? Sometimes I look and it just doesn't feel like they're fighting. Still spring though, that's the nice thing. I think that this is just some sort of tutorial, so it's not even including most of the stuff, but I could be wrong. It could be just because it's early access, and that's why. Oh, there we go.
While the Helvetii warriors had proved their fierce reputation was well deserved, in the end, the might of Rome would prevail. But even as the Helvetii fled, a greater threat was amassing along the shores of the Rhine.
Why are Germans so scary? With glowing red eyes.
Marching ahead, a great horde of Germani warriors, Ariovistus, king of the Suebi, believed he had a conqueror's right to claim Gaul for himself. In the name of Rome, I would prove him wrong.
By conquering Gaul first! Wait.
So, the Helvetii and their allies have been driven away, but the Edui have come with grim news. They thank you for your support, but warn of an even larger army invading from Germania.
My God.
Labienus, prepare to depart immediately. The Germani cannot be permitted to take any land in Gaul.
None. Nope. This bridge is controlled by your allies. You can tell by the dove floating above it. Since they're an ally, you can requisition the building. Okay, how do I do that? Ooh. I pay for the bridge? That's pretty interesting. Okay, well, requisitioning costs money. You might also want to requisition some farms. That's actually a really good idea. We'll requisition this and start feeding that. Well, let's start capturing all of these rapscallions. Everybody get moving. You, my dear slave peoples, go work. The rest of that army disappear, and really can't be bothered to capture all of them one by one. Now, where did my cavalry end up going? That's so I'd rather not have them. No, didn't even bring them. Why would I bring them? Oh, right, they were gonna go sleep. Oh my god, it's moments like this that I just feel really dumb. Anyway, forced march. Right? What is going on with you? Why are they like this? Huh. Yes? No. I think it's actually almost glitched out. Oh well, I've seen worse. Okay. Build this camp. Get that camp up really quick, and that'll allow me to supply this bridge. Right. Use supply between these two camps, primarily done by them. Some slaves. But I'm just gonna pause that right here, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.